My name's Hollie Latham and I'm a floral designer. I do what I do because I've always been interested in nature, the outdoors, the natural world, flowers, and I've been a lifelong gardener. So I've always had an appreciation of natural forms. So I got into sort of cutting flowers for my home many years ago, growing things in the garden, and I felt like I wanted to take it a step further and make it into potentially a career. So I set up my own business last autumn and have been doing it ever since. So it's just a really nice way to spend your time making beautiful things out of natural products and making people happy. So I've come to this practice in a roundabout way. When I went to university, I wanted to be an artist. I set up my own studio many years ago and wanted to be a fine artist. So I was doing installation work, video work in the sort of digital realm, and very quickly realised that to make a living it was very difficult to do that. So I ended up working in marketing in a roundabout way, working with lots of creative people, working with cultural organisations. So that's what I've been doing for the last 20 years. So I found that I was working with lots of great creative people, but actually felt slightly jealous that they were the ones being creative and I was the one facilitating their creativity. So it was born out of frustration when I thought, well, actually, I want to get back to being creative and doing my own thing, doing something really hands-on, something rewarding, something that I can do in my own studio at home. And that's how I came to floral design and working with flowers. Memorable responses I've had to my work is quite varied. Quite often it's tears of joy. I think they're tears of joy. So quite often I'm commissioned to make something for people. It might be a bouquet, a wreath, something specific for somebody, for themselves or for somebody they love or care about. And they might give me a little brief and say, well, I want particular colours or particular shape or have certain preferences. But essentially I go away, create something for them, they come and collect it. And quite often when they're presented with what I've made, they have their breath taken away or look quite overcome, and actually I have sort of brought tears to people's eyes, which is a really nice response. That's the best response you can get. So the Making It workshop I'm doing today, we are going to be experimenting with foliage. So we don't have any flowers today particularly, so it's just foliage. So we are making floral chandeliers, which we're going to make on wreath rings, so that'll be really nice. And we're also going to experiment with foam, floral foam and chicken wire to make more traditional arrangements. My dream project would be to work on a big installation. I recently helped out at a Harrogate flower show on a large installation, helped another sort of floral designer, and it was just a real privilege to be part of that. I was only there for the day and only played a really small part, but to be part of a big project like that and see them create something from nothing to an amazing installation that people, turn people's heads. I'd like to do something like that. I do have a mentor in the sense that my sort of floral adventure started. I was thinking about doing floral design last summer, and I enrolled on a course with a company called Leafy Couture, which is led by Sarah Richardson, and I spent a week learning all different kinds of floral design techniques in their kind of introduction to being a florist course. I suppose the best piece of advice I've been given lots of advice over my time, I guess it's a bit of a cliche, but feel the fear and do it anyway. I suppose that I am really keen to say yes to everything. So people ask me to do lots of different things, and sometimes you can overthink things and talk yourself out of it. So my best piece of advice that I've been given is to say yes to everything, just enjoy the journey. So I think artists should get involved in things like making it, because I think it's really valuable to learn skills from other people. I think you can learn something new. I think it can also give you a new perspective on your own practice. Also a way of meeting new people as well, I think, and learning from other people is really valuable, because I think sometimes artists can work quite solitary. I know I find that. Being a florist, I can be at home, I can be in my studio all day and I don't actually talk to anybody. So I think that kind of connecting with other people is really important. I think that's how you learn and grow and how your artistic practice develops. So I'd really like to thank I.O.U. for inviting me here today. It's really kind of great honour and privilege to be part of Making It, and I'm really looking forward to sharing my skills with everybody. Loads of foliage left. Anyone's taking bits home to put in flowers or add to your creations, please feel free and I think it's been great.